apartheid. The gift that keeps on giving. So you're wondering how it is that I'm going to tie all of this together, right? Okay. This is at least my theory as to why it is relationships do not work in the current age, right? Or at least the beginning of why relationships do not work in the current age, right? So I have to give you a bit of a backstory in order to understand why it is I got to this conclusion. And what ended up happening was that, okay, let me start in the beginning. But first, subscribe. Otherwise, you're gonna wake up in 3 different places in your body. One in your ear, one still crawling up your nose, and the third one. Anyway, right? So, in order to understand why relationships do not work in the current age, we have to look back during the time of apartheid, right? I know, cliche, whatever. Now, this is what happened, right? Or at least my research has told me. This is what happened. Due to the fact that during apartheid, black men, one, either had to work very far away from home, far away from the townships, one. Two, during all the protests, the black men were they all fucking getting killed. They were getting killed. State-sanctioned murder was a thing, okay? And if they weren't getting killed, they were getting imprisoned without a trial. So your husband could be going one day, he could be going to work, and then he could be standing next to a protest, and that protest would be the reason your husband never comes home, right? The protest was necessary, yes, not complaining about the protest, but your husband could end up dying, and shit could happen, okay? Shit could happen for the black dude. Hey, it was rough. Shit could happen, right? So now, because of that, there were a lot of black men that were just gone from the townships, right? During that time, black men were just gone, right? That meant a lot of like breadwinners and a lot of male figures couldn't help the next generation come up. Mind you, this was all predetermined. But anyway, now with all of that happening, it meant that black women had to pick up what was dropped by the black men that were taken away, right? So this is what happened. The black woman would also now have to leave the township and go and work for the white man in his house, being a nanny, being a caregiver, being whatever you wanted, whatever the white man wanted, the white man got from the black woman, right? So now, the black man is gone. The black woman is also gone. Who's staying to raise the kids? You see? The predeterminedness? Yeah. So now, this is what ended up happening. With the black woman having to be the main breadwinner, because the society was built up in that if the black man was taken away, there was nobody that was going to fight during the struggle in order to free black people. And since black people still need to survive, we will make the black woman be the main breadwinner in the family. Which is why even today you will find that the majority of people in low income jobs in South Africa is still mainly black women. It's still ingrained in the black society because that is how our society was made for us, right? So now what does all of this mean, right? Well, when it comes to the relationship aspect of it, this is what happened, right? Imagine you are the black woman, right? You are the black woman. You're 23, 24. Your boyfriend / husband or whoever, 24, 25, 26. Let's just say 20s, 30s. Your man gets killed. He's dead. You have 2 kids. You have to take care of those 2 kids, right? Okay, no problem. You're gonna go out and work. You're gonna go be the nanny. You're gonna get your shit pay, and well, you will try and survive in your crazed poverty life. No problem, right? Now, you have a daughter. You have a son. They're back at home. Granny is raising those kids, right? Now, this is what ends up happening. Granny says, "Ayo, we need help. I can't keep raising these kids like this." You look at her and be like, "Well, I can't do anything about that. We must fight apartheid. We need to fight apartheid." No, I get that, but what if you also found yourself another man to help raise these kids? We spoke about this. I told you. I don't need a man in my life. I don't need one. Because the man for me was taken from me. I don't need another man in my life. So we're going to stop talking about this. We're going to try and survive. We're going to try and weather the storm because we will have our freedom. I cannot ask another man to come and help raise my kids when he could be doing something better. I don't need another man in my life. Okay. But hey, I still need the help. Yeah, I know. So now imagine if you were the child now and you heard all of this, right? And you're being raised without a father. And you're also now late 90s, 20, 23, 24, 25, right? And you're trying out love. You're trying out this thing called love. And hey, this motherfucker's an asshole. Hey, this guy's an asshole. He thinks he's the shit. He's a fucking bitch with a capital B. Okay, he doesn't know anything. He's just worthless. All he does is just drink. That's all he does. He's not worth shit. That one. I mean, he did just come out of prison, but still, he is not worth shit. So now, you remember the time where your mom kept on saying, I don't need a man in my life. You start to also think that, be like, hey, Onja, my family was able to survive with my mom being the one that was doing the thing, that was getting the money and all that shit. I can do it too, you know? Just so that I can prove that, yeah, I don't need another man in my life. Now, mind you, her thought process is not wrong. The way she got there is not wrong. Where it began versus where the cycle is now continuing, that's where the discrepancy is, right? Granny, your granny, my granny, or my great granny, or whatever, the original was like, I don't need a man, not because I don't want a man, but because, well, we have bigger fish to fry, right? And then now fast forward, people of today are like, no, I don't need a man because, well, I can survive on my own. The discrepancy is huge. But hey, we have to know our roots. We have to know our roots, why it is society is the way it is. Now, this is not to blame anybody outside of the people that were working during apartheid, because they did their job well. I mean, yay, they were able to convince everybody. Oguti, yeah, no. Nobody knows why it is that the black family doesn't work out. Hey, we don't know. We don't know why it is that the people of today just why these kids cannot seem to find love. Why am I saying kids as if kids are meant to? But why these people are not finding love? Why it is that society is so fucked up? Okay, we don't know why. Well, nobody knows why. We know why. You did your job. Completely defining the black structure. You made sure that the black man was the one who couldn't be the breadwinner. You took away that responsibility from the black man and gave it to the black woman, thereby burdening the black woman, thereby making her stressed out, fucking having to be the man and the woman in the family, doing all this extra work. And then at the same time, now the next generation comes in. They are now in freedom, not in freedom, still fucked up. The education is fucked up. Nothing is working out for the black person. And everybody's like, no, we gave you your freedom, everything is fixed now. It's like, no, not everything was fixed. And we all get it, not everything was fixed. Like, yeah, we get it. There's still legacies of apartheid, education and all that shit being fucked up, but still, this is the reason why in 2024 everybody's cheating on everybody. Nobody likes anybody. Men, women, we just hate each other now. Because, well, your great grandfather, why am I saying great as if it was that long ago? But yeah, that person, he was killed. That woman had to struggle having to live the life of both the man and the woman, and she couldn't find another man because, well, firstly, that other man could also just die, just like that. Like, he could just vanish and you would never know anything until either you find his corpse, or actually no, you wouldn't even find his corpse. I remember during the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, yeah, not everybody was found, but anyway, yeah, he could just vanish and there'll be nothing you could do about it. And you don't want that type of heartache, so you don't need another man. Because, well, another man also meant having to mourn another human being. Because it was so fucking painful. And then because you loved him. And then it was horrible. And then your daughter grows up and your son grows up and they're just like, we don't need fathers. We didn't have them, so I don't think we need them. The son grows up and it's like, damn. I don't know why it is. I can't figure out why I'm not really a man. But whatever. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But hey, son grows up and he starts being like, hey, I don't truly know what it means to be a man, but let's just wing it. And then the daughter grows up and is like, yo, my mother didn't need a man. And my mother couldn't properly raise me because she went and was working as the foot massager for that white bitch. Sorry, for that white woman. Wow. She had to go and work for that person. So I don't fully understand the story. And my mom is also still traumatized. So I'm too afraid to ask her why it is she is the way that she is. So I'm just going to assume that, hey, things were just not right. And this is why I also don't need a man now. And it became a cycle. Became a vicious cycle. Nothing worked out for nobody. And yeah. That is why relationships don't work in 2024. That was very long-winded. Yeah. Also very random. Because I just thought about this video today. And I'm not a YouTuber like that, so I don't know how to make videos. But yeah. I guess this is what people call the prologue of relationships as a whole. I mean, another problem is that we're also cheating on each other. We're also borderline hate each other. We're also borderline angry at each other for not wanting to be with each other. Also, my personal advice, if you want to have a long-lasting relationship, just be easy to love, man. You know? I know it sounds absolutely fucked up, but just be easy to love. If you don't know what that means, I think it's about time you start doing some self-reflection and find out what it means to be easy to love. You feel me? Yeah. But yeah, if you still have a gogo and cool, go ask them what it was like, because these stories are disappearing one by one. They're disappearing very, very fast, and we will lose the ability to figure out why it is such very prevalent issues. Where did they begin, so that we can understand how to fix it? Because personally, I don't know how to fix this shit. I just know where it started. It started there during apartheid. That's where it started. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to fix this. But since you're already typing, telling me everything that I said wrong and all my misinformation and all of that in this video that you claim that I have, since you're such a smarty pants asking about how to fix all of this, well, it is your job now to figure out how to fix all of this. You're such a smarty pants. So yeah, deuces.